I think humor is a hugely important part. And that was the thing that I was including in my books, my theory books, which were following the exact same syllabus as these other more boring theory books that everybody had been using for eons. So I think that people learn better if they're having a good time. And if a student has a little bit of a giggle while they're doing a theory worksheet, they're going to just do better.
Right.
So I think the incorporation of humor and lightheartedness is very important. And I've always used language that's very user-friendly.
This clip is from the Piano Inspires podcast, Season 2, Episode 24, featuring Samantha Coates with host Craig Sale.
I think it was in your bio, and when you've already talked about making theory fun, and I know the video I watched recently was very enjoyable about why mnemonics don't work, and so I'm just I'm kind of wondering where does the humor or the need, not need, but the fact that you use humor as part of your technique. Where does that come from? And anything you want to share about that and its role in the way you teach people and students?
Yes, thank you for asking that. I really, really like that question.
Good.
I think humor is a hugely important part. And that was the thing that I was including in my books, my theory books, which were following the exact same syllabus as these other more boring theory books that everybody had been using for eons. So I think that people learn better if they're having a good time. And if a student has a little bit of a giggle while they're doing a theory worksheet, they're going to just do better.
Right.
So I think the incorporation of humor and lightheartedness is very important. And I've always used language that's very user-friendly. So whereas a theory text might say, using 2 crotchet rests instead of a minim rest is somewhat, I'm trying to think of the right word, unnecessary, somewhat unnecessary. I would never say the word somewhat in my text. So I would say, in general, it's better to use a minim rest instead of 2 crotchet rests. Oh, I've just realized I'm talking Australian.
Yes, you are.
Yes. So
we can be bilingual.
Yeah. Okay. I think that it's so important to use casual language and humor. So I'd have jokes thrown in the books here and there. And also I think that thanks to my dad's very dry sense of humor, that is just the way I am. I do like to crack jokes. So having a presentation that involves humor is going to be much more enjoyable for the people who are attending.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about the mnemonics presentation is that what somehow, I don't know, it came off very well. I came to the States for the first time in 2017 to MTNA in Baltimore.
Oh.
And I did that mnemonics presentation.
Oh, did you? Oh.
And it made people laugh because it was so true. If we change the names of the notes, no one knows what's going on. And it doesn't even matter because we can sight read music without knowing any names of any notes.
Right.
Because it's all just relative to, So humor has always been part of my brand, I guess I would say. But just because it's probably part of me.
Yeah. Do you still have a studio that you teach?
Yes, I do.
All right.
And I love that. It's not a huge studio. I have about 25 students.
Oh, that's a good size.
Yeah, I like it because if every time I come up with an idea, I need people to try them out on.
Right.
So
yes, that's right.
and if you don't have any students and just have a bunch of ideas, that's a shame. You can't pilot things.
Yeah. Right. And so obviously that same humor, because it's part of your personality, comes out in your lessons, I'm sure.
It does come, yes. I think I can safely say that my students leave feeling either just as good or better than when they came. And that's a really nice bit of feedback that I get from parents from time to time.
Right. Well, and it's interesting. I've never really given thought to humor in teaching, although I mean I have a sense of humor and share it with my students, and you do that. But if you think about classical music and education, there's not a humorous bone in there.
That's true.
And
it's true.
And it's funny that we've just never thought about it. And what you did was you thought about it and valued it, and
included it.
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it's great.
Be sure to listen to the full episode on our website, pianoinspires.com, on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.